Fellas, what's up? I'm back. I had to take a break, opened up a studio in Dallas, handled some business. I took a mental break. I'll make another video about that later. I'm so happy to be back. The channel is about to be bumping. The goal is to do at least 1 to 2 videos a week, and I will reach that goal starting with this week. Today's topic: a whole lot of FTM men look for love when they're lonely. A whole lot of men look for love when they're lonely, period. My advice is do not look for love when you're lonely. And I'm gonna tell you why. When you're lonely, you're a lot more sensitive. You're a lot more open to whatever. When you're lonely, you're literally a simp because you're people pleasing. You want someone next to you. You're asking yourself, why am I not as good as this guy? When you see online people that are in relationships, you may fill that void with negative activities, and you're gonna end up listening to a lot of these guys that turn men into bitter bitches right now, right here on YouTube. They used to be called red pill. They turned into, I think it's a bitter pill, is what I think it is. Because when you get to the point where you hate women, that lets me know at some point you were looking for love when you were lonely. And you got stomped on, pushed around, your heart got treated like shit, so did you, and here you are. That's why when you're lonely, that's the time to rebuild. Don't wait until your heart gets broken to pick up a set of weights and turn yourself into the man that you want to be. You do that when you're lonely. When you emerge, you'll have choice, or choice will come to you in the process of you working on yourself, doing the physical work, doing the mental work, facing your shadow. That's the main thing. When you face your hard shit, can't nobody tell you nothing about you. The hunter is never prey when you know who you are. I don't give a damn if you're FTM, MTF. I don't give a fuck if you're a young man, if you're an older man, whatever. When you know who you are, it is an aura that oozes off of you, and that comes from working on yourself during those tough times. That's one of the hardest things to do, and something that a lot of men cannot accomplish. That's why they end up having to join a group of people. When you know yourself, when you've worked on yourself, you don't need a group of people. And if you do become part of a group of people, you're usually one of the leaders of the group, because you're confident in the moves that you make, because your gut leads you, not your heart, not your emotions. Your logic lives right here. Your emotions live in your heart. Your head will always have you guessing because you speak to yourself. Your subconscious listens and follows through. You will end up taking care of women that don't care about you. You'll end up being prey for narcissists. You'll take care of kids that aren't yours. I've done it. I know. The kids will even see what an idiot you are because they're around their mother 24/7. If you don't know, once you're with her, watch how, at least, especially if she has an oldest child that's old enough to comprehend how their mother is, you'll know that you're just another one in line, but you happen to be the dumb one. You're probably going to be the one they become most attached to, and that's another reason why you're going to stay when you shouldn't. Then you'll start having those conversations with yourself, and you'll start gaslighting yourself, making yourself think, well, damn, I should stay here. They need me. These are not your kids. This ain't your family. You'll start to tell yourself you shouldn't be selfish. You shouldn't take care of you. And then where does that leave you? Damn near destitute. I got to a point where I couldn't even pick out clothes the way I used to. I was sitting around like, what happened to me? Until I faced the fact that I gave myself away because I was lonely. So I started working on me, man. I dove into those ugly, dark parts that nobody likes to dive into. And once I dove into them and I started to conquer one by one small things about myself. Yes, I'm still married. My wedding ring is in the house. I'm going to the store, nosies. Once I started conquering things one by one, I was able to choose the woman that I am now very happy with, rather than settling for a woman that I was excited that liked me. Now, don't get it twisted. I got plenty of the punana. But I was running from women that were good because I couldn't recognize good from bad. All I saw was the women that gaslighted me the most, that love bombed me the most, were the ones that I was like, oh, okay, well, she must really like me. No, she had an agenda. It was the woman that actually was going to make me work to develop a relationship to see if I was ready from the inside out. That's the woman that I should have been with. That's the woman I'm with now. That's the woman I'm building with. And we got a lot to show for it. And I'm still the head of my house. So you got a lot of guys that talk shit like you have to absolutely subdue one. Like I got to knock her over the head and make her be quiet. Why? I don't need a woman like that because I'd run all over her. I've had women like that were Stedford, trad. I ran all over her. Broke her heart in 1,000 pieces and karma came back to get me. A man needs a woman who can stand beside of him, who can check him sometimes. Like, whoa, wait a minute, babe. Not in front of people, obviously. You know, we stand as a united front. But as soon as we get in the car, what the hell were you talking about? What you got me agreeing to? And never disrespectfully. You see how I can list all of those things back to back because I know that's what I require? It took work for that. And I don't have to say like most people do, preface it with, well, but you know, or not everybody, because obviously if you have common sense and you can take things in the right context, you know I'm not talking about everybody. I'm talking about what's for me. Because I know what's for me. The problem is a lot of you don't know what's for you. You don't know what to look for. And you don't know who you are because you have not dove into what you were supposed to. I transitioned 29 years ago. I been knew who I was. I transitioned when most of y'all were sucking on baby bottles. I was out getting this same, I'm talking about. So don't come at me with all that, you know, you ain't this, you ain't that. You don't know anything about me or the journey that I had to walk to get exactly where I am right now, what I had to do. But what I will tell you is that the only thing that I tell you here on this channel is what I've been through. I'm trying to help you slide through some of those pain points. Because it's a bitch when you do get hurt, when you get cold busted, and you sitting around like, damn. When you realize you played the fool, God, that is the worst feeling. And you want to tell everybody and nobody. Or the worst, even worse than that, is when you tell someone because you didn't realize you were playing the fool. And they be like, yo, bro. But the whole time they watched you play this fool. They didn't tell you the whole time. The video's coming about that too. Everybody ain't your partner, everybody ain't your friend. Y'all, like, subscribe. Motherfucking follow, share, show you people. We are about to take a completely different turn. The coaching will be from this channel moving forward. I don't individually coach anymore unless it is an absolute must for your transition and prepare you for surgery, but I will be coaching right here. I mean everything from how to help you get right to get right. Take care of yourselves, take care of your environment, take care of you.